That's awesome. That's amazing.
Next thing, do you know how they got their early traction? Have you heard this story? It's a good one.
Yeah, basically Steve Huffman and Alexis, I believe what they did is they just created a bunch of fake usernames and they just would submit constantly like different links to look like many people were participating because the way that a site like Reddit or any community works is you typically have like 99% of people going to view stuff and only 1% of people actually submitting stuff. So they had to submit content in order to create supply.
Exactly. Nobody wants to come into a dead room and just start dancing, right? Like if you go to a nightclub, there's nobody on the dance floor, you're not going to go either. So they had to fake it till they make it, right? I think that's kind of the principle here was fake it till you make it gone right. And this was, they were the users. I think they talked about like they created, I think 30 different accounts and they would just not only submit the links for Reddit, but they would then comment and they would comment as different personalities. And I think Steve talked once, like, he's like the first day I logged on, and the comments under a link were not from me was like this hallelujah moment. It's like, holy shit, we did it. We got enough of that critical mass, that chicken and egg problem. We solved it. We got the ball rolling, the Steve Jobs thing.
Sure.
So same sort of thing. So that got me kind of interested that there are probably like a dozen things that I can think of that are like this. Amazing talent filters. We talked last week about that startup Cognition that came out and raised a bunch of money. And they have this like AI software programmer that's like, better than ChatGPT at writing code. And that guy was like in the math Olympiad, right? He was like, his sport when we were playing, basketball and soccer and stuff like that, he was like, sitting there on a stage buzzing in and answering like really hard math questions or the spelling bee. It's like things that you do, if you can become obsessed and degenerately obsessed about certain things, you're wired a certain way and you are almost like predisposed to success. Then, it's like, all I got to do is introduce you to the idea of the stock market. The mascot is this like goofy alien creature, right? And it's like, first of all, you don't have to have a mascot. You could have a logo without a mascot, but he has like this alien mascot, but it's like the weird shit got baked in early. Once this thing got big, the idea of like, hey, we're going to introduce this new alien mascot. It'd be like, well, I don't know. Do the numbers support that? Do the focus groups support that? Is this going to risk the traffic? Blah, blah, blah. It's important that the weirdness gets baked in early.
I forget for how much, but I think
here's the thread. So Alexis tweeted this out the other day, which was cool because, or not the other day, 4 years ago. Time flies. He talks about selling it in 2006. So they started in 2005, basically sold it in 2006. So here's what he says. So he goes, Halloween is a surreal holiday because on Halloween we sold Reddit to Condé Nast, which was like not a tech company at the time. So it's like a big
magazine publisher.
He goes, basically it was 16 months of work. I would be getting more money than my parents had made their entire working lives. And there were lots of things about management, team building, whatever, that I just didn't know and I would need to know. He said his mom was ill and he's like, basically it was a $10 million exit.